Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a Doc Martens tier list based off of the shoes that you guys suggested to me. I'm going to be ranking them based off of things such as their style, break-in time, comfort, how well they fit, and all kinds of things like that. So let's just get right into the video. As you can see, I've selected 25 different pairs of Doc Martens that you guys recommended to me. All the pictures on here are taken by me or from the official Doc Martens website. So the first ranking is taking these to the grave, which is like my ride or die pairs of Docs that I just absolutely love. Second ranking is love them but not perfect, which just means like I love these Docs and I'm so glad I own them, but there's just one thing that I would change about them. The next category is they're pretty good but, which just means I like how they look, but I would change like a few things about them. Not really for me, it just means they're not personally in my style or I wouldn't like them. But for everything in this video, obviously it's all subject to personal opinion, so just because I don't like one pair doesn't mean that you need to not like it either. And then the last category is would never wear these, which I don't know if I'm actually going to put anything on there because I love Doc Martens, but I guess we'll find out. So the pair we're going to start with is the Keith Haring 1461s. I personally own these and love them. I'm going to put these on love them but not perfect because don't get me wrong, I absolutely love these. They are so gorgeous and I love like the print on them, and they were not hard to break in at all because I feel like all 1461s are pretty easy to break in. But the reason I'm not putting on taking them to the grave is because they are a little bit hard to style. I mean, even though the colors are black and white, which is pretty basic and goes with almost anything, I just feel like it's hard to style like that really busy print because I don't want to match a busy print on the shoes with another print. So I try to wear like solid colors. So I feel like it's a little bit hard to style there, but other than that, I think they're really cute. Next, we have a pair of vintage sandals. I'm probably gonna put these on not really for me. I'm not really a huge sandals person, but I have been trying to get into Doc Martens sandals recently. I just don't feel like the older vintage style ones are for me right now, but I'm definitely gonna try to get into these eventually, but they're just, at this point, they're not really my style. Next, we have the white glitter mollies, and these are going to go in love them but not perfect. These are like one of the most gorgeous shoes I've ever seen. Like, I absolutely love them, and they're really easy to style. They were kind of hard to break in because like the material of them isn't like leather, so it's hard to get it to shape right. But the main reason I'm putting them in love them but not perfect is because they are white shoes, and as can be expected with white shoes, they get dirty really easily and I have to clean them like every time I wear them. Next, we have the Feral Doc Martens. Hopefully I said that right. And these are going to go in, I'm gonna put them in they're pretty good. But I really like these shoes. I think they're a really unique design. But the reason I would not own them is because I'm just not a big fan of like the triangular metal plate on them. I love pointed toe Docs. I definitely think they need to make more of that style, but I'm just not a fan of it on these boots for some reason. Some things I do like about these are the really thin eyelet rings. I think the circular rings for eyelets are really cool, and I like how they're shorter than most boots too. Next, we have the Sinclairs. And these are going to love them but not perfect. I do own these and they are super comfy and easy to break in, and I like that you can sometimes have the zipper in the middle and sometimes not. But the reason I wouldn't take them to the grave is because they are a little awkward to put on when you have the zipper on. It's just a little bit awkward there, and I feel like sometimes having the laces looks a little weird with the zippers. But other than that, I really like these shoes. Next is the Hello Kitty Jadens. And I'm gonna put these in not really for me. I think they're really adorable. I'm just not a big fan of wearing like graphic designs and cartoons on my clothing or shoes, so that's why I wouldn't personally wear them. But I really like how they have the pink ribbons and like the little details like rainbow stitching and rainbow eyelets. I think they're really cute. I just wouldn't personally wear them. So next we have the black Devon platforms. And I'm gonna put these in they're pretty good but. So I've actually had 2 pairs of these that I own for myself, and neither of which I still have. The first pair was white, and I bought them when they first came out, and I loved them and wore them for like a couple months, but I'm just not a big fan of like white shoes, honestly. And then the black ones I had, but then I ended up selling them because I just have a lot of black boots. I guess the main reason that I'm not a big fan of these is because since I have like a bigger size shoe, a size 10. I feel like they look a little bit too big and awkward, so I'm not just a big fan of them on myself. And breaking these in is actually super easy because they have the padded ankles, so I feel like they're instantly comfy. Next we have the Marc Jacobs crocskin boots, and these are going right up to take these to the grave. I don't actually own the boots, I own the Oxfords, but I would definitely own both any day. These are so pretty and I just love all the little details. They were not a pain to break in at all, and I find them super comfortable because the lightweight platform doesn't like drag your feet down. Next we have the travanas, and I'm gonna put these under, I'd say they're pretty good, but I'm just not a big fan of the overall design of them. I know a lot of people really love these, and I do think they're cute, and I guess I probably would wear them. They're just not my favorite. Next we have the white braidens, and I'm gonna put these on love them but not perfect. The reason they're not perfect to me is, again, the whole I don't like white docs. But if they were black, I would 100% have these because I think they're so cute. Obviously I've never had a pair to actually break in, but I feel like it would probably be the same as the jadens since they're the same material. So they would take a little bit to break in, but overall not be that bad. Next is the velvet jadens, which I'm going to put under they're pretty good, but because the thing with the velvet for me is that I'm really clumsy, so if I like trip or like scuff my shoe with the velvet, it's really hard to fix that. And also I have a cat who loves to rub up against all my things, so I'd get cat hair all over it too. So next we have the cherry bethennes. I'm gonna put these in taking these to the grave. I don't own the cherry bethennes, but I own the black bethennes, and they're already super perfect. I love how they're like a twist on the platform Oxfords and you can show off your socks in them, and I just think they're comfy and pretty easy to break in. I would just die for the cherry red color because they are so pretty, and I wish I could find them, but they're so rare. So now we have the X-Girl Jayden Max, and these are also going just straight up to taking these to the grave. I just absolutely love this pair. They're so easy to style, and I love the Max platform, and they're also just fun to experiment with a bunch of different laces. Next we have the Basquiat Collection 1460s. I'm gonna put these on not really for me because, again, I'm just not a big fan of the whole graphic design thing on your clothes and stuff, even though I do have the Keith Haring ones, but I feel like that's different because it's just white and black and easy to style, whereas these ones have like a bunch of different colors. And I'm already not that big of a fan of the 1460 silhouette, so they're just personally not my style, but I do like them, and I think that if they're your style, like, go for it. Okay, next we have the vegan Jayden Max. And I'm going to put these under, they're pretty good, but just vegan shoes in general aren't that great. I've been wanting to make a video about the truth behind vegan leather and like how it's really just companies greenwashing and it's just terrible for the environment. So let me know if that's something you'd want to see. So I'm not really a fan of vegan leather unless you buy it secondhand. So I would probably not buy these when there's already like the normal Jayden Maxes available. But I do really like the normal Jayden Max silhouette, so that's the reason I didn't put it on the not really for me category. Next we have the Sinclair Wanderlust, which of course are going to take these to the grave because how is that even debatable? These are just like the perfect shoes and they're just amazing. Next we have the basic black 1460s, and I'm gonna put these under love them but not perfect, because the only thing that I don't like about them is the fact that they don't have a platform. I know I said earlier that I don't like the silhouette of the 1460s, but I feel like that only applies to like pattern ones or like weird colors. For just like the basic black, white, or cherry ones, I think they're great, and they're pretty easy to break in my opinion. Next we have the marble 1460s, which I'm gonna put them under not really for me, just because I'm not a big fan of patent leather, and as I said before, I don't like white docs that much, and the 1460 silhouette is kind of a problem for me. Also, they don't have platforms. Next we have the church quads, which are 100% going to taking these to the grave. They're just so perfect, they go with everything, super comfortable, and the design of them is so cute, and I just love them. They're also pretty easy to break in. Next we have the butterscotch liana, which, as I'm sure you already knew, are going to taking these to the grave, because this is just another pair that I absolutely love, and I think the design is so pretty, and I love the golden brown color of them. The lianas are definitely one of my most worn pairs. Next we have Lazy Elf Bethennes, which I'm going to put them under love them but not perfect. I used to have a pair of these but ended up selling them because they run pretty big and they didn't fit me. And the reason I didn't get a new pair was because the leather is kind of thin. So again, since I'm clumsy, I like immediately scuffed them on the first day and I couldn't get it to buff out. So I just knew they really weren't for me and I had to stick to the normal bethennes. But overall, I think they're so cute and I love the little like smiley and happy faces on the back. And the heart buckles, so good. Next we have the Arcadia Chelseas, which I'm putting under love them but not perfect. I know I just made a whole video about how much I love these shoes, and don't get me wrong, I do love them. Like the dark red color is so beautiful and I love the whole idea of being able to make them more red with wear, but the reason I'm not putting them on taking them to the grave is just because the leather is pretty stiff and I don't think these are easy to break in at all, and I've been having a lot of trouble with them. Next is the Jayden Max Rebels, and I'm going to put these under not really for me. This is another pair that I think is so gorgeous and I really do love these, but they're just not my personal style and I have heard that they are kind of hard to break in. Next is just the normal black jadens, which I'm going to put in love them but not perfect because I mean they're just basic black boots, and although I do love them, I do think they're just cute basic black boots, but since there's so many different options for black boots, like what's the reason for choosing these? Lastly, we have the blue rub-off jadens, which I'm also going to put under love them but not perfect. These boots are so cool and I love how you can customize them and that they come in different colors, but the reason they're not perfect to me is because I feel like the leather is pretty thin on them, like the lazy oafs, so whenever you scuff them you can't really buff it out, which is annoying to me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you dropped a like, left a comment, and maybe even subscribed. See you next time!